Alright, we've got a fun-filled, and it's not even fun. I take it back. But it's filled with interesting information. Remember, kids, I don't hate you because I make you do tutorials. As the Mean Girls quote goes. We're going to trace a duck today using the pen tool. Pretty exciting to trace a duck. You've already got your duck. It's in assignments on Blackboard, so if you haven't got it, go get it. Save it, hurry up and wait. Okay, I'm done. What you're going to do is you're going to place it right on the page. So we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Place. When I click Place, it's going to take me out into the world where I keep my stuff, and I'm going to look for my rubber duck, and I went right past it there. And here it is, rubber duck. And when I click on it, it places it right there on the page. Now, right there, I can move it, I could shape it, I could bend it, but I don't want to. I want it to stay there and not move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Object, and I'm going to lock it down by going to Lock, Selection, and now my duck is locked. So if I try to move it, it doesn't go anywhere. Pretty neat. Let's go look at the Layers palette. I come over here, I click on the Layers to open it up, and you will see that duck is on Layer 1. I can turn duck on and off just like I could in Photoshop. And he's locked down. So we're going to make a new layer that we can draw on. So I'm just going to simply go here like I would in Photoshop and create a new layer. You can actually change the color of the selection. I'm going to go to light blue because I'm crazy like that. You can leave it on red if you want. It's up to you. You can name your layer here if you want. I'm going to leave it layer 2. I'm fine with that. I'm hitting OK. Let's get right into it. Here's the pen tool. Now, like several of the tools over here, you'll notice there are little arrows. That means when you click and hold it down, there are many tools in that little selection to choose from. I might use some of these tools. I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to go out here to the end where the little tear off is, and I'm going to click that little tear off, bring this little dude over here, and I've got all my tools ready to go. Selecting the first one, I'm going to come to my duck right here at the beginning. I'm going to click one time with the mouse, and you will notice that an anchor point was left right there. That's all there is one anchor point. That's fine. Now I'm going to go to the top of my duck. I'm going to click, but this time I'm going to click and hold down my mouse. And when I do, you can see a path is formed. And as I drag, you will see that anchor points come out off the path. So the path is actually the curved line, and the two straight lines are my anchor points. And what I'm going to do is match it up so that the path forms right around the side of my duck. And now I'm simply going to continue on my merry way. I'm going to come over to this side of the duck. About here, I guess. I'm going to click, and you can see again I can match up my path to the top of the duck's head. And I would just keep going like this, getting around the whole duck. Well, what I might want to do is stop for a minute. You can see that the fill color is white, and it's starting to cover up my duck. That doesn't really bother me, but it might bother you. So if you wanted to not have that happen, you could click on the white for the fill color and simply choose the red line, which is none. And now there is no fill color, just the black path color. And then I can continue right along. Oops, I forgot one thing there. I came off of it, so I've got to click back on my anchor point and then click one time to reestablish the fact that I'm drawing on that same path. Alright, so I got my next line, feeling pretty good. I come out here to the end, I click one time, and look what happens. It doesn't really match up great. Disappointed in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control Z to get rid of this anchor point. Control Z, get rid of the last thing I did. And I'm going to click on this anchor point. And when I do, it's going to remove this part of the anchor line, like magic. Boom. Now when I go back and I click here, I can get a little bit better, accurate path. So what I want you to do is just keep going around the whole duck until you have come all the way, and I'm not going to spend all that much time on it, back to the beginning and close out your path. And when you do, yours will look like this. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty nice. Now, I want you to fill that in. Let's go back and get our fill color here. Instead of none, let's get a gradient. A little more fun. And I'll do a radial gradient. And there's my black and white. Not really happy with that, so I think I'll change it to possibly yellow by double-clicking here on the black and choosing yellow, which obviously isn't choosing it because I don't know why. Because it's my day. So I've had to do this like 6 times already. There we go. Ah, fantastic. I don't know why I was giving such a hard time. The white's actually not bad. I might move the white over, put in a new one, and maybe go with an orangey color. That's terrible. Anyway, I'm going to gradient up my duck, and when I have it how I like it, I'm going to click off it. I'm going to go back to my layers for a minute. I'm going to start a new layer. I'm actually going to turn that layer off, and I'm going to start a new layer. And what I want you to do is just do the next thing on here. I would say do his beak. And maybe do the bottom half of the beak or the top half of the beak first, and then do the other part. And fill that in with beak color. Do the bottom. Try to do his eyes. You can either use the pen tool or you can even use the elliptical tool. Try to get it right. Maybe a black and white gradient there. And see if you can make this duck look like a duck in Illustrator, so when you turn off the background layer, he will look just like that. Alright, I'm not going to waste any more of your time.